Today we come up with some amazing future predictions, which are totally undoubting. So let's start with 5 mind-blowing future predictions made that you must know. 5. The future of phones, 1956 style. In 1956, artists envisioned a phone of the future that took quite a leap forward. Well, almost. This ad shows 3 phones. The oldie candlestick model, the modern rotary, and the futuristic phone, a sleek button-operated device with the dial built right into the handset. The most amusing bit is that it's still corded. It's not exactly a smartphone, but hey, they were getting closer. Though touch-tone dialing was still a few years off, this design nailed some early innovations, like buttons instead of a dial. And while they imagined a phone that was a little bit slicker, they didn't quite foresee the wireless, touchscreen world we're tapping on today. 4. The 20-engine jetliner of the future. The 1970s had some high-flying dreams for air travel, like this jetliner so extravagant that it's basically a cruise ship with wings. This artist's dream had 20 engines, a multi-deck setup, and a glass dome showing off everything inside, including a pool. It's like they crossed a 5-star resort with a Boeing 747 jumbo jet, which was itself a game-changer for commercial flight in that era. And those round discs on the tail? It definitely gives off high-tech communications vibes, maybe even satellite hookups. Sure, 20 engines sound a bit excessive, but back then, big ideas needed big engines. 3. Japan's vision for the classroom of tomorrow. In this 1969 take on the future classroom, students sit in front of a massive screen with a remote teacher, and yet all the kids are still in the same room. It's as if even in the future, kids need to be caged together, tech or no tech. Each student works on a device that looks like a cross between a typewriter and a tablet, while overhead robots keep an eye out for anyone slacking off, ready to dole out some corrective behavior should anyone have the wrong answer. This setup imagined computers as everyday classroom tools well before they were widespread in homes. And even though the idea is a little same old classroom but with robots, Japan's forward-thinking definitely shines through. 2. NASA's 80s VR headset. As we were about to enter the 90s, NASA's vision of virtual reality looked straight out of a sci-fi movie, just much bulkier. They called it the Virtual Interface Environment Workstation, or VIEW, a system pairing a hefty headset with those iconic data gloves, allowing users to interact with a fully 3D world. It was clunky but packed with advanced tech for the time. The headset didn't handle the processing itself. All that power came from external computers, making it powerful but anything but portable. NASA originally built these devices for space simulations and data management, and they ended up setting the stage for the VR tech we enjoy today. 1. NASA's 1970s space colony vision. Let's stick with NASA's other vision for a second. Back then, they dreamed up what I can only call Space Malibu, an American suburb floating in a giant ring-shaped colony, complete with neatly arranged houses, grassy lawns, and mid-century architecture that wouldn't be out of place on Earth. It's as if the designers thought, why mess with the classics? This colony mixed earthly comforts with futuristic flair, using rotating gravity, open green spaces, and massive glass walls overlooking the stars. For all its sci-fi ambition, it still ends up looking like a 1970s neighborhood just chilling in space, a suburb on vacation. That's a wrap for today. Follow us for more facts.